Hey there, it's Simon Mannering from WeFirst. Happy New Year, and here's to a great 2019. And I wanted to start the year by just sharing a few costly mistakes that I've observed in the last year of our work with brands that you can easily avoid to drive your growth and impact in 2019. And the first I'd want to speak to is this idea that storytelling is confined to your marketing, when nothing could be further from the truth. Storytelling extends to your supply chain, who you work with, how you make your products, how you distribute them. It extends to your HR department and how you treat your employees and the opportunities you give to them to contribute and volunteer and give back. It extends to your supply chain in terms of product innovation and the way you think about innovation and what problems it's solving for. Yes, it includes your marketing, and yes, it includes your community impact, but really in truth, it applies to all aspects of your brand, all aspects of your business. And so the big solve there is really to widen the aperture of how you think about storytelling and to really look at every department of your business, from supply chain to HR to product innovation to marketing and communications, all the way through to community impact as opportunities for storytelling. Secondly, I'd say a big problem we've noticed that is easily avoidable is this idea or this compulsion to stay neutral. And what I mean by that is that traditionally, and if not for the last several decades, brands have confined their engagement to their products and services and category and industry. And it wasn't really the purview of business to go out there and speak to larger cultural issues. But as we've all seen over the last couple of years, brands are now speaking to employment and equal opportunity and gun control and same-sex marriage. And so you should definitely avoid the temptation to be risk-averse, to be neutral, and to step up and play a meaningful role in the cultural conversations that make sense for your brand. It shouldn't be something arbitrary that is obviously unconnected to your brand and you're just trying to tap into something cultural that seems to be a hotspot right now, but rather it should make total sense in terms of why your brand is speaking to that issue. And when you do that, it'll allow your brand, your products, your services to be meaningful and relevant to your customer base. And then the third issue I'd call out is this idea of really being ruled by fear. We all know the marketplace is more challenging than ever. There's lower barriers to entry for competitors. Technology is disrupting the way we do business aggressively every day. The whole way we think about marketing is constantly transforming, in which case you could either be paralyzed by fear or you can embrace this opportunity and say, I'm going to make informed, calculated, and educated risks and really put things out there in a way that positively reinforce your values and purpose so that really there's not too much exposure to your brand, but you're still playing into these larger conversations that are going on. You're still cutting through the clutter of the noise and competitive marketing by competitors. You're still reaching out and demonstrating why you're relevant to all your stakeholders, from suppliers to employees, to customers, to consumers, and the world at large. So I'd call those three out as some of the ideas that surfaced up last year in terms of the challenges brands are facing to be relevant in today's marketplace. And these are all part of a blog post we've written about the most costly mistakes around branding today and how to avoid them. So I invite you to look at the other ones. We're deeply committed to your success in 2019, to grow your business, and as a function of that, to scale your impact. And here's to 2019 being a really successful and impactful year.